and I also have Instagram. So I'm trying to go live on all these platforms, but trust me, I am not the greatest with technology. So I apologize if some of the lives that I go on are glitchy. But I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. Happy St. Patty's Day. I'm not Irish, so I don't celebrate it. But to all my Irish friends, happy your day. So I wanted to jump on here today to talk about morning routines and evening routines, because this is like my jam and I love talking about it. It's really what, good morning. Um, it's my jam, and it's what I'm passionate about, and it's what changed my life, and why wouldn't I want to share something that changed my life? So that this is one of the things that I hope to inspire other moms, especially. As you guys can see, I'm a mommy coach. And so if you all don't know, haven't been following me, or you just started following me, I've been a mommy coach now for a few years now, but really delving deeper into trainings in the last year. And more so because, gosh, this year has been rough. And I saw a statistic the other day that I think, I'm not sure, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe 2 or 4 million, I think it's 2 million women have lost their jobs in the last year. 2 million. Of the 140,000 jobs that people have lost, 100% of those jobs were women who held those jobs. And so they're saying that, I think, like, I don't know, some ridiculous percentage, like 50% of women have had to reduce their hours or have had to leave their jobs because obviously of this social injustice that for some reason women tend to be the ones who take care of the home. And good morning, Aisha. And who, the responsibility of home management and childcare still falls on majority of the woman. And unfortunately, that means that we've been affected negatively in the workforce in the last year. And so I know without a doubt that the stress level, the amount of anxiety, the amount of depression that moms have had to go through in the last year has been exponential. I don't have the numbers for the specific mental health piece when it comes to, how women have been impacted mentally in their mental health when it comes to, the last year of adding on and juggling the added responsibilities. On top of having to let go of maybe many women, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, kind of, a lot of women have their identity tied to their jobs. They have their identity tied to a career. They have their identity tied to what they did outside the home, and to have that taken away, you can imagine how that can impact your well-being and your worthiness. And I think that sometimes we feel like we're not worthy enough because of what we're contributing to the world. But that's a whole other conversation. And so I wanted to share this morning the power of our morning routines, because what we do in the mornings really do impact our mental health. What we do in the mornings really sets the tone for the rest of the day. And if we're gonna be real honest here, I know so many women who have started their mornings in the last year with just rolling out of bed and staying in their PJs or staying in their sweats, right? Because why should I change? I'm in my house. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to drive out, right? And so many of us have, maybe gotten laxed on our home activities. Buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? And so all these different things have contributed to us kind of, letting go, right? I guess that's the best word to put it. We've let go of a lot of our responsibilities, or, again, with grace, right? We're trying to have grace with ourselves because, again, we can't do it all, and that's a total myth of women can do it all. No, they can't. Women cannot do it all, and we shouldn't have to do it all. We should have a team of people supporting us. And so, going through all these things in the last year made me reflect on my own personal journey of having to transition and having my kids home full time, because that was never the plan. I prefer not to do homeschooling. That's just my personality. And I give props to moms who love doing it and who are really good at it. That is not my talent. And I will boldly state that without any shame. And so being thrown into that and being forced into that, while also having to juggle my passions and my identity that I have tied to my divine purpose, was hard. And when I hit that wall, I hit a wall because last summer, because I was pushed into these new routines, and I no longer wanted to wake up early. Prior to quarantine and everything, I was waking up early. I was down on my morning routines. I was on fire. My productivity was like, 110%. My productivity. I was making connections. I was being places. I was doing all the things to continue working on my passions. Then quarantine hit, and then I had this expectation of being home full time, and then I was like, well, I don't have nowhere to go. So why do I have to wake up early? Why do I need to go to bed early? I'm going to go to bed whenever I want, and I'm going to wake up whenever I want, because there's no rush. There's nowhere to be. And then that got me into this horrible, habits, these habits that were just not healthy, which turned into eating crap, right? Because, hey, what's the point? No one's going to see me. I'm going to start eating like crap. So you can see how slowly things started to spiral out of control because of this simple little change in my routines. And here's the thing, right? Is that this is why your routines, your daily habits are so powerful, because it either creates momentum or it stops you in the tracks. It either ignites the fire or it turns it off. Your routines impact your mental health, your mindset. I've heard often like, oh, well, I don't have any motivation. No, I don't have the energy. The problem is that you're thinking that having those things is it comes automatic, but we don't realize that to have energy, we have to do something to create energy. Those nouns require action. Energy, motivation, inspiration, work, right? The nouns, they require action. They should be verbs, not nouns, right? Motivation is not a noun, it's an action, it's a verb. In order to get more motivation, you have to do something to motivate yourself. And so why are morning routines so powerful? Because your morning, the first thing you do in the morning will get you to do the things that you want to create. You want to become more creative? You want to have creativity? Well, then you have to do something to be more creative. You have to do things throughout your day to create that creative mind. And so if we want to be able to do those things, then we have to create the habits and the routines every single day, especially in the morning, because your mornings set the tone for the rest of your day. And so if you were like me in the last year, literally rolling out of bed, staying in my sweats all day, just in reaction mode, grabbing my phone as soon as I woke up just to see what the world was doing, and becoming reactive to my environment, I was responding to my kids. They were hungry. Well, now I have to clean the dishes. I was reacting throughout my day. Oh, wait, there's a pile of laundry. Let me react to that and let me go do that, right? So everything I was doing throughout my day was reacting to my day. I never was intentional in the 3 months of my summer, of me hitting my rock bottom again. Like I was like, damn, I had conquered this time. I did so well years ago. Now I'm back there again. But the great thing is I had the skills and the strategies, because that's what I had done in the past. So what I had done in the past was, oh, wait a minute, I need to take ownership for my mornings again. That's where I had power. I had power in my mornings, because before I used to wake up before my kids and family. And so I was no longer in reactive mode. I was taking action before anybody required anything from me. Mommy. Hold on, buddy. Give me 5 minutes.
Mom, is there more mac and cheese?
I'll check right now. Hold on.
Okay.
So I decided to change from being reactive to being proactive. You have to make a decision. Do you want to wake up being reactive, or do you want to wake up and be proactive? So I decided, you know what? I want to be proactive. I don't want anybody to tell me what's on my agenda. I want to tell people what's on my agenda today. I want to tell my kids, listen, this is my expectation for myself and for you today. Not what you guys expect from me. This is my expectation for you, right? You are the leader of your house. And so as a leader, as CEO of your home, you cannot ever be in reactive mode. No CEO of a business, and I'm just giving an example, but no CEO of a business is waking up and going into his office in reactive mode, waiting for what comes into his way. No, he knows ahead of time before he starts his day. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what my focus is today, and I know where my top 3 actions are going to be today. And they do it. And so within the first few hours of your day, what's incredible about this shift in habits and routines is it allows you to create momentum. It allows you to be more productive. It allows you to know that you are making strides towards your goals. But again, if you wake up last minute, what ends up happening is you don't have the time to be able to get ahead of the game. So just an example, guys, I wanted to walk you through like real quick what my mornings look like. It's not exactly the same every morning. And I apologize, you can hear the running. My son is burning his energy right now, which is awesome, right? He wants more energy. He's going to go run and do energy and create energy. So here's what I started to do in my mornings. And I'm going to share just a glimpse into it, right? I wake up, stroll out of bed between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. And the first thing that I do is I set my intention with God. Whether I sit down and pray, I read my scriptures, I read his word, I journal, I watch videos and trainings on the specific lessons I'm learning. And then I jump right into my business. I started to do this in the last month or two because I started to notice that throughout my day, right, I was in reaction mode. I didn't have time because my kids kept pulling me in a million directions. And I was like, shoot, like the time block that I was setting for my business in the day was not working. Hold on, buddy. Was not working. So what did I do? I was like, well, hold up. Let me experiment. Let me see what would happen if I spent 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. on the top 3 actions my business needs in order for it to grow. Within a couple of days, I saw a shift. Like it was a boom of connections I was making that were more powerful, that were more aligned to what I needed and wanted in my life at the moment than when I waited till 1 p.m. after lunch when the kids hopefully were doing homework or quiet. And I'm not saying I'm not sharing this to say like you guys have to follow my exact example, but I'm just giving you guys an idea that we have to be willing to sacrifice something along the lines in order for us to become more proactive versus reactive. And so I became proactive on my business. And then during that time, before I started into my business, jump into my business, I threw a load in the laundry because I knew, well, do I want to wait for the laundry to pile up or do I want to be proactive and put my laundry in there? So I know that I'm already done by 10 a.m. My evenings, I freed up at least 30 minutes to an hour my evening. Boom. Okay, I got my laundry done. I got my time with God. I worked on my business. Check. I love my lists. I love to check things off my list. I'm a list maker. I know some people don't like to work that way, but let me tell you, it's amazing. So after I do that, then I can get my kids breakfast ready. Then I can help them with their getting ready. Thank goodness they're going back to school already. So now I can be like, yes, now I'm not in like constant reactive mode with all their schoolwork, right? So I send them off to school. So I've done an hour of prepping all their stuff and doing everything up to my of being able to do. Many people are they need to do to happen, and they don't have right? Is that should be the you know what down to bed that I have a good sleep and I get enough sleep and that I can then wake up and create my own energy. So the evenings are what set you up for the next day. Every time, and here's the thing, guys, every time I hear people say, I'm not a morning person, I always ask them, well, what do you do the night before? Every single time, like without 100% of the time. I know this without a doubt. And if you're watching this and you're not a morning person, let me tell you, let me ask you, or let me say this. Are you staying up past 10 p.m.? Are you staying up past 10 p.m.? Because here's the thing is that science has proven that 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is the most restful sleep our body needs. That's actually when you get into REM sleep. REM sleep is what allows you to recharge and renew your energy. It is the time that your body needs, the circadian rhythm, from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So if your past bedtime is past 10 p.m., you already missed the mark. You already missed the mark of the most restful sleep your body's going to get. You're not a morning person? Are you going to bed between that time frame? Now, I'm going to say with this, I'm going to backtrack a little bit, right? Aisha, yes, it's so hard to fall asleep before that. Yes, let me tell you, this is what I was going to literally go right right now when it comes to your to evenings, right? So here's the thing is like okay, well, my goal is to go to bed by 2 p.m. I mean by 10 p.m. Okay, goal is to go to bed by 10 p.m. Okay, what are you doing before 10 p.m.? We miss this too. Like this is the same thing. There's so much intention that must go into the hours of your day. Everybody has 24 hours. Everybody has the same amount of time. The difference is the very biggest difference between those that are super successful and those that are not is that you set intentions throughout your day. So that's why I have a planner, and that's why I train moms to use their planner. This is why I have time blocks. This is why I create my energy. I don't expect and wait for my energy to come. So I set my intentions in my evenings. I know that there are certain things I must do in order to make sure my brain is shutting down before 10 p.m. Because if I don't, there is no way I'm getting in bed by 10 p.m. And even if I do, I won't be able to shut my brain down for another hour, which on average, it took me an hour to fall asleep in bed. It no longer takes me that. I fall asleep within 20 minutes of going to bed now. That took practice. That took intention. I had to be super, super intentional. I had to be proactive. And being proactive for me in the evening was, okay, well, I want to go to bed by 10. What time does the kids have to go to bed so that I can shut down and I can have my alone time, right? So 7:30, 8 p.m., the latest, they have to be in bed. Okay, great. From 8 to 10, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, am I sitting and watching a Netflix show? Hey, maybe 8 to 8:30 I am, right? I'm getting my time to watch a show and indulge, right? And I'm not saying I don't do that. I absolutely do. I actually watch my shows earlier because I get my laundry done early, because I do my cooking early, so my dinner's already done. Because I get those things done early, I have a good chunk of time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. where I can zone out and watch my Netflix shows and do my thing, right? And again, that depends on your schedule. I know moms who have to work till 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. And obviously you have to be realistic, right? If you're home, this is what I'm saying. Like this is what you can do. But even if you work if you work until 7 p.m., you got to be intentional as well. Like, okay, maybe I don't get to indulge my time in Netflix tonight, but on my days off, on the days when I have earlier shifts, then I will, right? So that's where the sacrifice comes in. That's where you have to be proactive. Anyways, so what I do is from 8 to 9 p.m. or so, because I'm in bed by 9. 8:39, the latest, because I have a routine at night. I have a meditation that I listen to. I shut down my electronics. I shut down TV. I do all the things to help me relax, to shut my brain down, to not get become reactive. I don't do social media after a certain time, because if there's something I see that triggers me, then boom, there goes my sleep, right? Because now I'm thinking about that. Or, there's different things that I avoid before bedtime. That's why, again, you have to be proactive. You got to be intentional. So all those things matter, guys. Like when you are setting certain goals, right? Your morning routines and your evening routines have everything to do with the rest of your day, right? This is the top bun and your bottom bun. And what you get inside that sandwich, it's gonna be super delicious, or it's gonna be the worst sandwich you ever had, based on that top bun and that the top bun and the bottom bun. And so if you're not being intentional with that top bun and that bottom bun, you're gonna get a really crappy sandwich, really crappy day, right? And so that's why people are like, oh, I've had such a crappy day. Well, let's backtrack. Let's take some inventory. What did you do this morning? What did you do last night? Let's backtrack. That's why I love taking inventory. And I teach this all the time. Moms, to take inventory every single day. What are you doing? What are you not doing? What were your emotions today? Where were the responses? Where were you proactive? Where were you reactive? I do all that work in my Mommy Timeout Mastermind. And here's the thing that I want to leave you guys with before I jump off. I love this quote. It says, our minds have already figured out what's possible. Someone decides, with everything I already have, I will do everything possible with what I have left. So every single day, your mind has already decided what's possible. So if you have told yourself that today's going to be hard, today's not going to change, I'm still going to be stuck, I'm going to be in debt, I'm not going to find a job, I'm not going to find a husband, I'm not going to find the partner, your mind has set that already, and that's what you're going to get. And so that's why it's so important for us to be super intentional, because everything that comes from our mind is being duplicated in our life. And so if there's anything that I encourage you to do today, anything that I can pull from today's live, that you can pull from today's live, is if you can study the brain above anything else, right? Don't pull up the books on running your business. Don't pull up your books on the better marriage. Don't pull up the books on, making more money, without you first understanding your brain and how it works. And this is why I do what I do in the mornings and in the evenings, because I understand how my brain works. I understand the circadian rhythm. I understand my alpha states, my theta states, my delta states. Those are states in your brain. When alpha states is when you're in a trance and you're on fire and you're productive and you're creating things in your brain. Beta states is where I'm at right now. If you don't understand your brain, then how do you want to master your day? How are you going to master your health? How are you going to master your body, your income, your relationships, if you don't understand how your brain works? So I encourage you, if you can take anything else from today, even before you start your morning routines and evening routines, go do some research on your brain and how you can master your brain, because your mind is where you're stuck. It's not where you're not stuck with your finances. Heck no. You're not broke. You are not broke. Your mind is broke. You are not overweight. Your mind is. You are not in the worst relationship. Your mind is. You are not a morning person because your mind isn't. You can't go to bed early because your mind doesn't. Everything you do every single day has to do with your mindset. And you have already decided what's possible. So if I don't leave you with anything else, guys, if you don't take anything else from this live, is you need to work on your mind. You need to work on your brain. And every single day, that's what I'm doing. And I'm helping moms to do that, because I can give you all the strategies. I can give you the planner. I can give you the journals. I can give you the specific daily routines that I do to manage my home. But if you're not working on your mind, none of it works. So have you ever told yourself that? Like, oh, I tried that, it didn't work. Oh, I tried that didn't work. Or I worked with that person, that didn't work. I can guarantee you, it's because your mind already decided it wasn't going to work. If you already told your mind, I can't afford it, you won't. I learned this year that you don't have to have any money to make money. You just need to know the right people to make the money. So I encourage you. Here's what the last thing I want to leave you with is, you have hands, but you don't use them. You refuse to shake hands with the right people that can help you move the needle in the right direction for your life and in your career. So many of us are not using the resources that we currently have, our hands, our physical hands. You are not shaking your hands with the right people. And that's why you're struggling. Because you have set in your mind already that I don't have the right connections, I don't have enough money, I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I'm too busy, I feel tired all the time, I'm not happy in my marriage. Those are all things you already have set in your mind already. So what did I do? I started to work on my mind. And when do I do that? The first thing I do is when I wake up in the morning is I work on my mind every single morning, because that's what's going to set my intention for the day so that I'm always proactive. So I challenge you today, wherever you're at, is that you work on your mind and use the things that you currently have. Make those connections. There are people that have the money you need. There are people that know what steps you need to make in order to get to the next level. And there are people that you are not taking advantage who are right in front of you. I challenge you today to go say hi to 3 people. 3 people that are very successful, maybe have the money you want, or who simply is an outlet, a mentor, somebody who you admire that you would love to work with. 3 people. That's my challenge for you today. That's my call to action today, is that you connect. Give them a phone call. Send them a text. Send them something, an email. I'm doing this today too, by the way. This is my call to action, and I'm extending it to you guys. 3 people that you need to shake hands with, virtually or in person, that have what you need, or have what you want, or have the connections you're looking for. And stop telling yourself you don't have the money, you don't have the connections, you don't have the relationships, you don't have the XYZ, because you're already setting the expectation of what you want and what you're going to get back. So start telling yourself there's an abundance of resources out there that I just haven't shaken the hands with. That's it. All right, guys, have an amazing day. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. I am going on random time, so hopefully you can catch me live, because I'm not picking a time because my life is all over. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Happy St. Patty's Day for those of you that joined live. And those who are watching the recording, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to working with all those busy moms that are looking for that mentorship and coaching. As you know, I'm a busy mom coach, and so if you're looking for resources and talents and resources that are going to support you in this season, hit me up. That's what I'm here for. Have an amazing day, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.